Hi, I'm Jessie Ammett, your host of Valley News Now, and I'm here today with Power of 100 Women Who Care, Christy Dower and Allison Weckman.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Awesome. So Power of 100, I have to admit, I have not been to one, but I've heard it a lot in the community. Tell me what it is.
Sure, I can take this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so, back in 2015, I had a friend that said, hey, let's make an impact and let's get some women rallied around and, just show the support of the community and find a nonprofit to love. And so it was modeled after similar one in Minneapolis area.
Oh, cool.
And
you're just like, hey, let's do something.
Let's do something, yes. And I think, for me, it was like, oh, $20 here, $20 there.
Right.
Whatever happens to that. And
Right.
so we banded together in October of 2015 and had our first Power of 100. And the idea is very simple. It's $100 gets you both a nomination and a vote. You can split that as a team or individually.
I saw that. I thought that was really neat. In case, you're new, college graduate, and you're kind of like, oh, I don't know if I have the budget. So you could go together, four of you as a team, and then that buys you a nomination and a vote.
Correct.
Yes. So cool.
Yeah. And then, so we started with Inspire Innovation Lab, and surprise, we raised a ton of money. And we're like, wow, our goal was 10,000 and we raised 14,000.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It was so fun. And then, COVID was tough on our group.
Yeah. I think just everywhere giving was tough. There were no events.
Right.
And people had less, it was definitely a struggling time for everybody. So how is it now? Kind of getting back?
So then we rallied some cool, rad people in the community.
Love that.
Like Allison. And we're bringing it back.
Yes.
Nice.
And so,
so the point behind the Power of 100 is if you have 100 people donating $100, that's a $10,000 impact. And kind of like Christy said, when you think about donating individually, even if you can donate $100 to a local nonprofit, that's awesome, but what does it actually get for that organization?
Yep.
So, the fact that we can get together quarterly, everybody makes that small donation, but we're able to gift $10,000 to a local nonprofit. That is huge for them. That makes such a big impact. And that's why I've been so passionate about this group, is it really helps my donation actually mean something.
Yes.
And so we pick a new charity every quarter to receive the funds. So we're spreading the love throughout the community.
Nice. And so that's what the nomination is.
Yes.
Right? So you can nominate whatever your favorite charities. What I love about that too is I bet you're learning about a lot more charities that are in the community that you maybe didn't know were there. And what a great time to connect with everyone.
And particularly maybe the smaller nonprofits in our community that don't have a big advertising budget to otherwise get their message and their mission out there. They get to come and present in front of our group, and
that's great.
Even if they don't get selected, hopefully then they still grew their awareness and maybe got some lifelong, volunteers or donors individually. So again, just really wanting to make that impact very local. So
love that.
A lot of our organizations that we have had over the years have been smaller ones where it's maybe one person that serves as all of the pieces, right? They're the executive director, they're the volunteer coordinator, they do it all.
They're all the things.
Yes.
Yeah, we know how that goes.
Yes. And, when we make the announcement that their charity has been selected, and it's just tears of being overwhelmed with joy and gratitude and everything because of that impact, that's how you know that you really made a difference. I'm getting goosebumps here as I'm talking.
No, me too. Me too.
My group that I'm a part of that we donate with, our rule of how we vote for the nonprofit, I'm going to give away a little secret here, is whoever makes us cry the most, right? Because when they get up and they get to pitch about their organization and what they do and who they serve, a lot of times it's very personal for them.
Yeah.
And it's because they are meeting a need that's not otherwise being met, and that is a huge deal for people, and it can be a very emotional thing. I always like to give a caveat when I'm welcoming new people. You're probably going to cry at the meeting, so just be forewarned. That was something I was not expecting the first time I attended a meeting.
So don't plan a big job interview afterwards where you might want your makeup to not be all over your face.
Right, yeah. But it just really goes to show then that that impact you're making, just it's so heartfelt and so deeply rooted for people.
There you go. It is. So, I mean, whatever it is that we do it because we're passionate. We don't usually do it because we're, getting a huge monetary benefit or anything like that. The benefits are completely different. So to hear those people share, what a great thing. So if you can just go and listen to people share, I mean, that is so worth it. And like you said too, the, $20 here, $20 there, or even just by yourself, $100 for, I think, as it's going out, it feels that way, like what kind of impact. But I think as it is coming in for places, it has to feel like, oh my gosh, I've got $10,000 and I can really attack a problem I've been wanting to, or a project that I've been wanting to.
Yep.
So cool.
Well, and I think like you, Jesse, you're so involved in our community and such a pillar in our community doing great things. We just seek out that moment of, hey, let's give back together, right? And let's rally together and make one big donation. We're a bunch of volunteers. And
that's amazing.
So, if the website isn't updated, maybe you want to join our committee.
Let's go to your website, because we went to it and you're like, yes, it's updated. Because not only are you doing this as a volunteer, but you are, and I'm just going to let one of you guys go through it if you would like. You have other responsibilities in your lives as well, and we all know how it is to try to balance all of those things, but this, you can tell you guys are super passionate about it. Is it? Yeah.
Yep,
okay, there we go. Cool.
Yeah, and fun. So, it really is about the community, right?
Yes.
And the people that we share. So we actually had 2 members from our benevolent bowlers team.
I love this.
that have challenged the community to bring a guest with them. And so,
cool.
I think when we use the words like member and event, people are like, ooh, do I have to be a member to be there?
Right,
you don't. You can come as a guest and
cool.
hopefully join in that evening. So we've got a link right here of how to join.
This is great. So July 12th, I mean, that is a month from today. So how perfect is that? A month from today. And you can, go ahead and click. So if you are online right now, you can hop over to Facebook, super easy. You're probably on Facebook anyway, right? and it's Power of 100, Women Who Care. And here's the new membership form. And like you said, it doesn't have to be intimidating. Maybe member sounds like, oh no, what do I have to do stuff? And no, you get to get together 4 times a year. And I think I read, under an hour meeting.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's always important.
It's like
to us.
women.
Yes. It's always important to us too. Like, hey, let's not make this a huge commitment, right?
Yeah.
And so we understand busy lives and all of the different programming that's in our great community. And so this is a way to see people, maybe that a group of friends, and we're so grateful for JoJo's. So they host us quarterly.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yes,
Okay.
They have a great space in their lower level.
Oh, nice.
So it's completely private to our group. They set up a cash bar downstairs for us, which is great, so we can still support them that way.
Oh, that's
being they
fantastic.
gift us their space.
Wow.
Yes, it's
I love
amazing.
to see that, and just to see somebody in the community doing that they gift us the space and you get to just be there and do that. And then, if you want a little drink on the side, that works too.
Yes, and we may usually pop upstairs then for dinner afterwards to celebrate. And it's awesome. So, So
we need to all go out and do this. Okay, so we're going to go to your website too. So that was Facebook. Let's pop over to... This must be the website.
Oh, we actually...
Did we go there already?
So,
okay.
Website
I'm just going to go to the home so you can see that. All right, here we go.
Yep.
Okay, Power of 100, RRV.com. I love this.
Right?
Yeah. One person can't do everything, but everyone can do something, and together, and you just had this idea, I'm just going to make an impact. Yep, let's do that. Okay, so you can go up here to join us and down to forms. And then just go ahead as a team, like we were saying, if that's too much, but you've got a couple friends that want to go together, or and nominate a charity for the next event.
Yes.
And we even see board members. I cut you off. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
We even see like board members. Hey, we want to get to know some of the other nonprofits. And what I really find is magical is when this nonprofit talks about, well, what accountant are you using? And then they're networking together too. So there's a lot of power in that as well.
There is a lot of power in that. We talk a lot about trying to connect our groups of women, groups of people too, but as women, that's something that's passionate to us and something that we enjoy is building those relationships. And so to be able to connect, that alone is great. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be there for sure. 100,000%. Yeah. So July 12th, if I remember, is it a Wednesday?
Yes.
I thought the timing was perfect. It's like at the very end of the workday.
Yes.
You can sneak out just a hair bit early, but you're still you can still get home and do dinner if you've got family, kids at home or whatever, or you can stay with your girlfriends and have dinner there. What a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much good going on in our community,
There
and I
is.
just want to continue to celebrate that and bring people on like you to show everybody how we can connect and how we can get those groups connected to the people that we want to serve.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just to speak on the charity nomination piece a little bit, because I think there's always a lot of questions about
Yeah,
that from
yeah.
people that are a part of a nonprofit. How do I get nominated?
yes.
Or from even our current members, like how do I make a nomination? So anybody that is a current member
Okay.
can make a nomination. And again, to Christy's point, that's kind of why we have a membership, is just so we
Sure.
can track who's making nominations, who's voting, that sort of thing.
Perfect.
Keep it fair.
Yes, yes, I like that.
But anybody who's a member can make a nomination. We just ask that somebody from that organization, so like if I was going to nominate a nonprofit, I would
Yeah.
reach out to them and let them know
Okay.
that I was nominating them so that they can be in attendance. We put all of
okay.
the nominations in a gold bingo spinner, and we randomly
Oh, yes,
direct
let's pull up
3
your
that
pictures.
night. Yes.
All right, let's see if I can find where I hit them. Oh, they were in my email that I closed. All right, you keep talking. I'm gonna find
Okay. So all of the charity nominations go into this gold bingo spinner. We randomly select 3 of those during our event. And those 3 that get selected, somebody is asked to come up and speak. They have 5 minutes to give a pitch about their organization, and then 5 minutes for question and answer from the attendees.
So that's the portion where you get to hear
Yes.
about these other. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
And it is limited to 3 because we want to get done in an hour.
Yes.
Yes.
So while we have generally more
Oh, I'm
nominations,
sure.
Yes.
Yes.
it's so hard.
It is. It is.
Definitely.
So, and then once all 3 have had an opportunity to give their pitch, the members vote. While the voting is taking place and we tabulate those votes, the nonprofit that was selected at the last quarter is asked to come back and give an update on what the funds
Oh,
were used
cool.
for and kind of provide what that impact looked like and how that affected them. And so it's really great to
So
be
you get
able
to hear.
yes, include them in the next meeting so that they can just kind of let us know what that impact meant for them and how
Oh, that's
everything
great.
went.
That's got to be
Yeah.
so motivating to
It
keep you
is.
going as volunteers working.
Well, it is because again, if you think about how many times you've been hit up, like, oh, hey, 20
Oh,
bucks here, 20 bucks
yes,
there.
yes.
And that does make an impact. Don't get me wrong, but
It
our
does,
hope-
absolutely. Every bit
Yeah.
counts for
Yep.
every charity, but this is really cool when we can bond together.
Well, and especially with the availability of private grants and foundational grants, getting so many applications these days. This
Yes.
can be some unrestricted income that's so valuable to a nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
All right, this is a long time coming, but it was worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah. So this
Okay.
was this was after the meeting, and then we're like, oh gosh, we should take a picture.
Yes, right?
Doesn't exist if it didn't get a picture.
Right?
Right,
You didn't get to
right.
post it.
Yep.
And so Veterans Honor Flight
Oh, wonderful.
was one of the was the selected nonprofit in April.
Yep.
Oh, that's
And so they'll be
great.
the recipient. We're still collecting some of the funds there.
Nice.
Rape and Abuse was one of the nominated charities
Cool.
that
Yep.
didn't get selected, of course, but still
But
got
you
to
get
come.
to, and you get to
Yeah.
hear, which is, if you've got to hear about what they do in our community, it's pretty unbelievable. I have a
Yes.
friend who also is employed there, and the impact and the need, I guess, more so than anything, it's something we like to shy away from, and we want to pretend doesn't happen, but it is out there, and we can't do that. We
Right.
have
Yes.
to. We have
Agreed.
to acknowledge that.
Yes.
This looks amazing.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is that space
So-
downstairs
Yes.
at JoJo's. Oh,
Yep.
fun.
So we
Yes.
just it's kind of fun. You get to go back into the downstairs, and it's
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so here's
yeah,
kind of the
that's the
schedule. Will
schedule.
this be like the similar schedule for July 12th? Okay.
Yep, we try to stick to that every time. So, yeah, like I said, very well thought out.
Yes.
As far as making sure that all of the selected nonprofits stick to their 5 minutes for their pitch,
Which
5
is
minutes
difficult.
for question and answer. It is, but yeah, everything's timed out so that we can get you in and out in an hour
love
because
it.
we know that everybody's busy and has lots of stuff to do. And I mean, how else can you make an impact like that in an hour?
You can't.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a very cool thing you guys came up with and that you continue to do. And thank you for doing it in our
Yeah.
community. It's awesome. So, Power of 100, if you've got a nonprofit, if you just want to be involved with these women, which who doesn't, and to get your nonprofit in front of women like this that are you know, involved in the community that care, that want to volunteer. What a great connection. Oh, I'm excited.
Yes.
So July 12th, and it's at JoJo's. 3:30 is registration, 4 o'clock, and you are out by 4:55 if you want to be.
Yes.
I'm sure that I will be not out at 4:55 because I like to talk. But thank you guys so much. So Christy Dower, Allison Weckman from Power of 100. Thanks again for your time. I really appreciate it. Maybe we can do a follow-up after the next one, see you know what charities got chosen, and then another push for the next one.
That would be awesome.
Thank you for having platforms like this.
Oh, thank
because
you.
for us in this rebuilding phase, it's so important to have some of that, reach, right? And
It's
so
great.
Thank you.
Oh
Yes.
well, I'm lucky to be here. So I'm just happy to be here. All right. You're so kind. I was like, I don't even know how to
no, it
respond
was
to that. Yeah,
delightful.
that's so
That was
sweet.
wonderful.
No, how
Yes,
lucky am I
thank
though
you.
that this gets to be
Yes.
my job.
This is such a
No,
beautiful
cool. So anytime, yes, and then
Yeah.
we've got plans to kind of up things all the time. So a
This
little
is
nicer studio, little
fantastic.
this, little that. Oh, I'm so
Is there
sorry.
a special? I'm like,
it's
it's that way. I
it's
was
a
trying to squeeze
booger.
the other way.
And I don't know why it's that way because it feels so backwards to
No,
me.
that's fine. I was just like, I don't.
And I already lost all the little things that go on the top. And I usually walk away with it. If I wouldn't have been talking about it, I would have walked away with this one on me too.
Yeah. Does it do the whole like yank if you get
Uh-huh,
too far?
yeah.
Yep, I can see myself
Right?
doing that.
And
too.
then I break it off, so then I have like a weird one on there because they're like, you already broke all the ones. Sorry. Sorry, but I'm talking and it's fun.
Yes.
I'm so excited about this.
This is so cool.
That was
we'll make sure to
amazing.
share this.
Yes,
On our,
definitely.
Yeah, that would be great. So I can send you the links. I'll send you the links
Yes.
to the 3 places where it's
Perfect.
posted. And
Yep.
then,
Awesome.
yeah,
Sounds
great.
good.
Cool. I can
Awesome.
walk you guys
Thank you
out.
so
Thank
much.
you.
That was awesome.
It does get a little warm. A little warm back there.
It must be the lights,
I think
right?
it's the lights and all the equipment, and then just it's kind of in a
Yeah.
dead corner, I think,
beautiful.
air-wise too. So no,
We're so
fun.
grateful.
So, oh, but I'm grateful to have you on.
scary